Well, hello everyone, and welcome back to Professor Layton and the Miracle Mask. Previously, Layton tells Emmy and Luke about his past in order to shed some light on the present. Hershel and Randall catch up with Angela and convince her to give up the mask. The duo then heads back to the Ascot residence to discuss Randall's plan for the expedition into the ruins. Yes, indeed, I think we're almost done with this flashback sequence, so... with nothing else to do behind us, let's proceed forward. Are we sure there's nothing to find here? Fuzzy is not detecting anything. I think we're good to go. Water, food, flashlight, compass. Are we missing anything? Not that I can think of. Master Randall, Master Hershel, I brought some tea. Great! Henry, by the way, thank you for helping me out with Angela. Of course, glad to be of assistance. You've worked so long and so hard to fulfill this dream, I thought I had to do something. Thank you, Henry, you're a true friend. Thank you, it was no trouble. Hershel, did I tell you that Henry has been helping me with my research? I couldn't have come this far without Henry. Well, that's impressive. Now I know who to blame for all your progress, Randall. I assume you'll be coming with us, Henry. Sadly, no. I must remain here to perform my household duties. My father is pretty demanding. Henry is his right-hand man. If he saw that Henry was gone, Father would definitely get suspicious. Ah, yes, I hadn't thought of that. So, it looks like we're set here. You should go home and get some sleep, Hershel. It won't be easy, but tomorrow at dawn, we set out to unearth the biggest find of the century, of any century. No risk, no glory, eh, Randall? Had I stopped him that night, perhaps he would still be with us now. If only we had listened to Angela. As I suspected, the chapter's ending right now. Chapter 5, Miracles Unmasked. That's one hell of a chapter name.
After finding the truth behind the masked gentleman's past miracles, we went to the Gallery Plaza. There, we witnessed innocent bystanders being lifted into the air before they disappeared. Within minutes, the police arrested Alphonse Dalston on suspicion of aiding the masked gentleman. Could it be that he was the mastermind behind this series of incidents? As dawn broke on our third day in Montedor, I wondered, had we come any closer to the truth?
We're getting there, slowly but surely. Oh, sleepy. Good morning, Luke. Ready to head out and begin today's investigation? Yes, Professor. You look tired, Luke. If you want to go back to sleep, the Professor and I can investigate the amusement park on our own. What? No, I'm fine. Haha, Emmy was just joking, Luke. Before we set out today, let's review what we have thus far. Right, so the next miracle is supposed to take place in Pumpkin Park. Will you be able to stay focused at an amusement park, Luke? Of course, I'm a professional, Emmy. All right, I was just making sure. Your teasing isn't helping us, Emmy. If you don't mind, I would like to foil the masked gentleman's plans today. That's the spirit, Luke. We must also find a way to clear Dalston as well. Let's head to City Hall and find out what the police have to say. City Hall, just north of the Lador Mansion. Let's go. Oh, Layton's secret. The what? We need to look at this right away. What? The Laytons' secret. Oh. The Layton house is always full of good cheer. If there is ever any bickering, they are always sure to resolve things before bed. I'm exhausted. I think I'll head off to bed now. What, at this time? That's unusually sensible of you. Yes, well, it feels as if I've been running around all day, between searching for Father and keeping up with Randall. At least change into your pajamas, Hershel, otherwise you'll get everything wrinkled. Of course, Mother, my apologies. Sweet dreams, dear. Good night, son. So, what was all that about then? What? The boy gets so tired he just sleeps in his clothes sometimes. I don't think it's something to worry about. Don't pretend you don't know what I'm talking about. Those men in the black suits. Oh, they had black suits? Oh, that's the worst kind of suit to have show up at your door. Why were they asking for Hershel? Oh, Lucille, it's late. Can't we just talk about this in the morning? Absolutely not, Roland. I want to know who those men were and what business they had out here in Stansbury. They were just a team of archaeologists who wanted to see Norwell. I'm not a tourist, Roland. Those men haven't been near a dig site in their lives. With those manicured hands. Yes, I saw that. I could hardly accuse them of lying, could I? And I don't know what they wanted with Hershel, or why they simply gave up when I told them he was out. I don't like this. I don't like it one bit. Listen to me, Lucille. Hershel is our boy. He'll be fine. Yes, well, he's still young, but I suppose he does have a solid head on his shoulders, just like his father. And his heart is in the right place too, thanks to his mother. He'll be all right. Let's leave it at that. Very well. Hope we can just leave it at that. It's so ominous. Nothing in this room, I dare say. Unless a new puzzle has appeared on my pillow. Nope. Onward. Anything new with you, Mr. Hotel Man Guy? No. That's actually surprising. Good morning. I trust you had a restful evening last night. Very restful, thank you. A wonderful day. Finally, a suspect has been arrested in the Masked Gentleman case. You should be able to enjoy all Monte d'Or has to offer at your leisure. Yes, well, thank you kindly. Alas. But you, Nana Graham? I have not missed anything. Fantastic. That is a good sign. Let's head out. Well, I suppose you know the routine at this point. We'll check everything on our way there. If I find anything, I will let you know. Did I find something immediately? No. I believe that juggling is representative of existence. Do you like juggling? Well, I don't know. Is that what you're doing with your hands there? Now that the Masked Gentleman has been caught, I must take my place at center stage and play the metaphor once again. Is it really that difficult to... Wait, are people saying that the Masked Gentleman has been caught? They are, but people say many things. They speak, but rarely do they listen. I think they have the wrong man. The wrong man. The right man. Who is to say which is which? I hope someday to share the burden upon my shoulders with someone who has purple hair and a nose that honks. But until then, come on back if you're able to thwart the true Masked Gentleman. Perhaps I can sneak you into Pumpkin Park. Oh. Why would we need to be snuck in there? That's alarming. Huh. Oh, Kitty has a puzzle for us. Wow. Oh, Maurice seems depressed. The poor thing is cooped up in that small cage. He misses Mr. Dalston. He says Mr. Dalston talks to him a lot, even though he can't understand tiger language. We must crack this case soon, not just for the town, but for Maurice, too. You're right, Emmy. We've got to hurry. Maurice has a puzzle for us. I will solve it and make that tiger smile. No! Not another one of these! Lucky the black cat is back, but this time she has only 7 white kittens with her on the 5x5 board. Both Lucky and the kittens can jump over any kitten that is in a horizontally, vertically, or diagonally adjacent square. Jumping over a kitten removes that kitten from the grid, but Lucky cannot be jumped over. Can make the cats jump around the board so that Lucky is once again left alone on the board, sitting in the middle. Boy. Wait. Yes.
How's this fun out?
Yeah.
I'm ready for more.
Wow. I'm so smart. Correct. Nowhere have those kittens gone. I ated them. Ow. I'll come back soon, and Mr. Dalston will be back before you know it. Well, that's a great start. Holy smokes. Okay. Policeman. Hello again, sir. How is your investigation on the statue incident progressing? Good, officer. Thank you. Have we met? Yes, we met after the stone statue incident. I'm gathering evidence, but we now have the mastermind in custody. Do you like custard? I had custard after I discovered those suspicious wheel tracks. I think there'll be important evidence in the mastermind's trial. This mastermind you're referring to? Alphonse Dalston, of course. Why someone as rich as he is would do this is beyond me. My partner got mobbed after the stone statue incident. He's still in the hospital. Wow, I mean, they arrested Alphonse on the pretense of him being an accomplice, but it seems everyone is mistaken in believing that he's the true criminal. Jeez. That's a run of bad luck. A man went to visit his friend in the hospital. He got 500 meters from his front door before he remembered that he wanted some flowers. He went back to the flower shop and continued to the hospital. The flower shop is on a straight line between his house and the hospital, 800 meters from the hospital. Afterward, the man walked straight home on the same road. How many total meters did he walk between leaving home and returning? Oh. Strange. So, it's like, okay, memo. There's no way where to tell the flower shop is. It's highly variable. So, he opened his front door, started walking out. He got 500 meters from his front door, but he wanted some flowers. So he turned around and went back to the flower shop. So, the flower shop could be anywhere from 1 to 499 meters away from his home. The flower shop is on a straight line between his house and the hospital. It is 800 meters from the hospital. Well, let's draw a grid. Let's say H for hospital. And, A for abode, like his house, I suppose. So if it's a line from here to here, that's a total trip, it's a straight line. So we got 500 meters from his front door before he remembered that he wanted some flowers. He went back to the flower shop and continued to the hospital. Now the flower shop is 800 meters away from the hospital. So let's say, put it right in the center maybe. F for flower shop. So, let's use green. Nice, lovely green. From the flower shop to the hospital is 800 meters. Now when you got 500 meters away from his home, he turned around to go to the flower shop. So, 500. It's too variable. Let's assume the game isn't truly sadistic and it's not going to be at like be at a position that doesn't end in 0-0. So it could be at 100 meters or 200, 300, or 400 meters away from his home. But not 500 meters, because if it was 500 meters from his home, he wouldn't have to turn around at all. I'm so hung up here. How do I calculate this? Man got 500 meters in, turned around, went to the flower shop, then walked 800 meters to the hospital. This would be so easy. If I just knew where the flower shop is, I could calculate this in a flash. Ah! Well, I think speaking out loud isn't doing me any good, so let me just put my nose to the grindstone here. See if I can't glean any bit of information from this. Right. I tried a strategy all my own. Right. So I broke it down into steps, beginning with the black text on the left. He first went 500 meters out of his door, then had to turn around to go back to the flower shop. The amount he walked from the 500 meter point to the flower shop is unknown, so I labeled that Y. Then we know that the distance from the flower shop to the hospital is 800 meters, so he traveled 800 meters. Afterwards, he walked that same distance to reach the flower shop, so he traveled another 800 meters. Now, Wait. Yeah, I got it right. Now, we know that, he didn't make any backtracks before. So he had to do 2 useless travel times previously. Once to go backwards to the flower shop, and once to regain ground. He walked that same distance twice for no reason, and so he doesn't have to do this on his return trip home. Therefore, the distance he was, 500, minus the travel time that he did first, and then that same travel time again, can be taken out of the equation. So, now we need to determine what y is. It has to be a number smaller than 500, and given that this game probably isn't that sadistic, it's probably ends in 00, so it's either 100 meters from his front door, or 200, or 300, or 400. Now, if he was at the 500 mark, on his first trip out, he walked 500 meters from his front door and had to turn around. If the amount he had to travel backwards was 100 meters, his total distance traveled would be 2,500. And if it was 200 meters he had to go backwards, it would be 2,400. 300, it would be 2,300. And 400, 2,200. So, these 4 numbers are our possible answers. However, I really just do not know what to do next. I don't know how to determine which could be correct. But I know one of them is the answer, probably, if my math works out. I'll admit I am truly at a loss as to what I should do next. Like, it really just gives me nothing to work with. There's no way to know how far his home is from the flower shop. He got 500 meters from his front door, then he wanted some flowers, so he went back to the flower shop, then continued. I have nothing more than that. I have nothing to work with. The flower shop is on a straight line between his house and the hospital, and it is 800 meters from the hospital. I really just... There's nothing you can do, right? I've read this, I've reread this. What do? A man went to visit his friend in the hospital. He got 500 meters from his front door before he remembered that he wanted some flowers. He went back to the flower shop and continued to the hospital. The flower shop is on a straight line between his house and the hospital, 800 meters from the hospital. Afterward, the man walked straight home on the same road. There's nothing to work with. I truly do not see a way around this. I mean, I technically the answer is sitting right here in front of me. It's one of these, but there's no way to possibly calculate which is correct. What am I missing? Do I use a hint coin here? I probably should. Enough yapping. Let's get new info. Let's call the point where the man realizes he needs to buy flowers X. Well, I called it Y. Wait, no I didn't. I called it 500. The outgoing and return journeys can then be shown as home, X, flower shop, hospital, home. Try drawing this route, being careful with the position of the flower shop. Yeah, That's essentially what I did. But there's no way to know where the flower shop is. Like, if you have home and X, the flower shop could be anywhere in between X and flower shop. So what gives? That's the problem here. First, the man walks 500 meters from the home point, from home to point X. Next, he returns to the shop. Call this distance Y. Then he walks 800 meters from the shop to the hospital. That's the total outgoing journey. On the return journey, he walks 800 meters from the hospital to the shop, and then walks from the shop to his home. So call this last distance Z, and the total distance is 500 plus Y plus 800 plus 800 plus Z. But there's no way to know what Y and Z could possibly be. There's no way to know. Right? What do I do? Well, at the very least, we know the number is larger than 2100. Did I have that listed upon my memo? I did. The number is larger than 2100, so we're back to square one. I'm curious. There are two distances you don't know. Y, from point X to the flower shop, and Z, from the flower shop to the man's home. The shop is somewhere on the straight line between home and point X, and the distance from X to home is 500 meters. Wait, what? Yeah. The shop is somewhere on the straight line between home and point X, and the distance from X to home is 500 meters, yeah. Oh. Wait, it's like circling on the idea feels like it feels like a ball circling the hoop about to dunk in, but it's not clicking. It's not clicking into place. What's going on here? The shop is somewhere on the straight line between home and point X. Let's draw this out bit by bit. I want to work this out. Cast all this away. I don't care. A for home. Hospital. We're doing this all over again. Point X is 500 meters. That's 500. And Y... Wait. Yeah, Y is flower shop. Flowers. Distance from this to here is Z? Is that it? No. The shop is around the straight line between home and point X. The distance from X to home is 500 meters. So Z... Wait, no, shop to home is Z. Whoops. I don't get it. I just don't get it. Oh. Screw it. At this point, I'll keep my 2 hint coins. I'll just... We had it was either 2400 or 2500, right? If it was that large? No, wait, what? I probably won't lose all my carrots. Let's go with 2400. If not, it's probably 2500?
How about this?
No. We know it's larger. We know it's larger than 2100. It has to be. 2500.
Don't keep me in suspense.
No.
Perhaps I need
Alright,
another look.
22 or 23. Whoops. No, do not solve it later. Try again. $2,300.
I believe I have this one.
Alright, it's always the last
I'm
one
not
you
certain
choose.
what's happened here.
$22.
I believe I have this one.
What?
I'm not certain what happened here.
Alright. Did I try 2,600? And then I guess I can try 27? I must have been a way off. Okay,
How about this? Puzzles are made to be
damn it.
solved.
Correct. The red line is the first 500 meters the man walked from home. The blue line is the return journey from the flower shop to the hospital. 2 times 8 equals 1,600 meters. Yes, that is accounted for. The dotted line shows the original journey to the shop and the journey from the shop back home, which in total must be the same distance as the first 500 meters. What? Why? What? The dotted lines show the original journey to the shop and the journey from the shop back home, which in total must be the same distance as the first 500? Dude, my brain feels like it's trying to sneeze, but it's not sneezing. This is the mental equivalent of a sneeze raising up and then it goes away before you can go achoo. Oh my god, I am in immense pain. I don't know. I'm not gonna think about this anymore. Ugh, I tried my best though. My best is not very good. I hate math. The chief says that if Dalston cooperates, this should all be over soon. I hope we can put this guy away fast so that maybe I can catch the parade. Is Mr. Dalston being questioned now? Yeah, if you go to City Hall, you can hear his sob story. Thank you for your time. Anything else, good man? If you find anything, don't be a hero. Tell the police. Nobody likes a hero, except people in distress, that is. I love heroes. Okay, onward. Nils. Aha! Dalston got arrested for performing miracles without a license, eh? Tragic. The more I think about it, the more I don't know. If Dalston freaks everyone out, his hotels go bust. Doesn't make sense. Yes, there is much about the masked gentleman that is still a mystery. Professor, you did say that the culprit is probably wealthy, right? Yes, but I do not believe Dalston is guilty. Well, don't look to the police to figure that out on their own. Those guys couldn't crack a soft-boiled egg, much less a criminal case. This puzzle has them all stumped for days. I know a private eye who can crack a mean boiled egg. Language of love. That was a joke for people who watch other Let's Play series on my channel. AKA cool people. My girlfriend says she's hidden a message for me somewhere in our hotel room. Apparently I need to touch 2 specific items to find this message. Can you help me find it? What? Where's the message? 2 things? The notebook? Oh-ho! Can I click multiple things? Alright, so I can undo. Well, the process of elimination, it's not chair and lamp. How about... Wait, chair? Why did I say chair? It's not, book and lamp, so it could be book and chair? Drawers? Now, the thing here is, I don't see a way for these things to interact with each other. Oh, what? Now, there's no submit button, so it's clearly not book and lamp, but that's the only thing that connects to each other. The light from the lamp is now shining on the book. So it's not like a message written in invisible ink. The chair does nothing to the doorknob, or the teddy bear, or the suitcase. Does the lamp do anything to the suitcase? No? The photo frame. Oh. This puzzle's making me feel like just as big an idiot as before with the math one. The rug? Oh, what the?
Well, there goes. That's a relief.
Thank you for the pity carrots. What even was that puzzle? This puzzle was an intern scrambling for a last-minute deadline. That's right, turn off the light, turn on the lamp, and illuminate a message of true love. Yay. You got a new stage for your toy robot, Perilous Pyramid. You're a clever one indeed. Nils, you seem well informed about police business. How do you know so much? Because the police talk more than they solve. They've botched several cases over the years and they like to chat about them. I was thinking about joining them since this masked gentleman stuff started. That guy is very dangerous, but it's really sad when you think about it. He's got magical powers and he spends his time terrorizing the town. How many real problems could he solve with his powers? All that potential for good and he's just doing advanced vandalism? This guy is just a selfish thug if you ask me. Those are harsh words, but I can't entirely disagree with you. Doesn't matter, he's been caught, right? Or at least someone that will take the fall has been caught. As always, he's a clever one. It wouldn't surprise me if they had the wrong guy, knowing our police department. Alright. Robot? What do we got here? An eerie place said to curse all who enter, but it can't be true. Can it? Now, how do these mice patrol? I suppose I should work that out to start. Oh boy. This seems very tricky. If I can step right here, I could land on the switch. I think that's the only place I can land. If I got up to here, I could kill one of the mice. Does that work out for me at all? Oh yeah, that wasn't so bad. I did it. So that's about halfway, not including some hidden challenge in the center? Uh-oh. That is a problem for future me, I think. A puzzle from Madame Lapushka. Are you finally here to let me fix you up? Thank you, but no, I do appreciate your gracious repeated offer, Madame Lapushka. A shame. Don't think you can waltz out of here without solving a puzzle, though. This lady knows how to hustle. Uh-oh. Days of rest. Mr. B says, now then, as you know, we're all going to close our shops for 1 day a week, but we all have to pick a different day. The other shopkeepers already circled the days they'd be happy with, so it's just you two left. Uh-huh. Mr. A says, I'll close on whichever day as long as it's not Sunday. C says, oh, I'll just close on the day before. Mr. A, that's okay, right? In the end, which day did each of the 7 shopkeepers take as their day off? Well... right, so we're just choosing A and C, uh-huh. Alright, there should be a simple process of elimination with the memo. Let's make sure the text is up here so I can refer to it. A cannot be Sunday. Absolutely not. We'll leave black, the color black, as absolutely not. So, so it looks like, B, E, and G are available to cover Monday. Wait, there's a lot of options here, aren't there? Wait, did I do it already? So it was much easier for me to figure out by just experimenting with the board. In essence, I only have to choose I only have to make sure that each column and row has 1 pip active, right? So A takes Saturday off, and C said that she'll take the day off right before A does, so she gets Friday. Then from there, Monday is D, Tuesday is B, Wednesday is F, Thursday is E, and then G is Sunday. Every day is accounted for. Everyone has exactly 1 day off. And they're all picking different days. I believe all the criteria is accounted for. Yes? We're all closing our shops for 1 day a week, and we all have to pick different days. Yeah, this is it. I solved that nearly instantly.
How about this? Puzzles are made to be solved.
Yay! They arrange their days off as follows. That. Once you realize that Mr. A's days off must be a Saturday, the rest just slot into place one by one. Honestly, that's how it went down. I chose, okay, if not Sunday, then why not Saturday? Huh. That intellectual air isn't just an act. If only the clothes were... Leaving that aside for the moment, did you hear there was an arrest in the case of the masked gentleman? Oh yes, Alphonse. That is quite a stinker of an arrest if you ask me, darling. What evidence do they have against him? Let me guess, none? Or is it very little? He's not very good with people, sure, a little rough around the edges, maybe, but even his own businesses have been harmed. I just don't see it. I think the police are wrong about Dustin. And that would mean that the real criminal is still out there. Yes, while everyone is focused on Dustin, the real culprit is free to roam. It seems the police are overeager beavers to call this case closed, no? My thoughts exactly. I believe he's still out there, darling, and probably perfectly accessorized. At least we know what she thinks of his fashion. Onward. Have you seen Grosky? Supposedly the culprit has been caught. I don't think Inspector Grosky was involved in the arrest, though, so I don't buy it. That's what I figured she'd say. I think they've got the wrong guy. Why do you say that? After the statue thing, I followed the masked gentleman for a bit. Eventually, I lost him. He didn't go toward Dalston's house or any of his hotels. So did Dalston spend the time and money to build some sort of secret lair? That hadn't occurred to me. We chased him too and lost sight of him as well. Hannah, thank you for sharing. Yes, thank you. You may well have had a hand in solving this case. Huh. That was actually interesting information. Huh, go figure. A hint coin and a puzzle. Okay. Professor, do you smell something? Oh, I'm sorry. You caught me just after my lunch. I was having a fantastic Stilton and Camembert pizza. You eat your lunch here in the gallery. Is that not frowned upon? Hardly. I create an artistic experience for the eyes as well as the nose. Are you an artist or just a critic? Perhaps you'll develop an appreciation for my work after this puzzle. Cheese pizza. Ew, tomatoes! Get it off! Ugh, disgusting. I hate tomatoes. Another pizza gone wrong for our ham-handed chef. This time he managed to flip exactly half the pizza upside down. He tried to flip it back up, but the cheese is spread just as thickly as on the last pizza, and every time he tries to flip a slice, the adjacent slices turn over with it. Can you find a way to get the whole pizza back the right way up, toppings and all? If I must... Oh, dude. Yeah! That was easy.
Keep me in suspense. There is
Correct.
no puzzle without a solution.
Whew. You can flip the whole pizza back up in just 4 moves, you know? This puzzle demonstrates a situation we all have experienced. Life truly does imitate art. Maybe it's for the best that the police confiscated the paintings in question. I hope the artwork maintains its appeal in such an aromatic atmosphere. The museum is quiet right now because we just reopened. It has nothing to do with the cheese, if that is what you're implying. In fact, I've been thinking about serving pizza to our patrons. Fine pizza and fine art would be quite an attraction. I kinda have a hankering for something cheesy. Ooh. Well, let me find that hint coin, and then we can get out of here. I don't blame myself for having missed that one. That was sneaky. We good? We good. Zoom out and back. suppose we'll end things off here at the square with a total of 69 puzzles solved. How nice. A very mixed bag on the puzzles today, I must say. Either I blazed through them, no problem, or they stumped me well and good. No in between. That's life, I guess. Yeah, nearly nothing in terms of story. I was dead on about how there'd be like one more flashback. Where we'll finally see what happens to Randall, but yeah, no, we're in chapter 5, so we're about halfway through the game, though this chapter does have the word unmasked in it, so that usually means something huge is gonna happen, you know? It would be strange if the masked gentleman actually got, well, unmasked before we finished seeing the whole flashback to the past with Randall. So I don't know what's going on. Not sure I have too much to say other than that. Next time we'll head south, check out those areas, then scrape our way northwards, get to the police station, see what's there, maybe have a chance to visit Pumpkin Park. We'll see how things turn out, but otherwise, yet another chill video filled with nothing but puzzles. Well, I say chill, but I was really frustrated with that flower shop one. Oh my god. You know what the most dreadful thing is? I think it's like basic algebra stuff. But I must reiterate, I've said it a few times here and there, I dropped out of school at age 11, so I'm trying my best out here. I mean, I achieved a diploma that certifies myself as having a high school equivalent education, so it's not like I'm actually an idiot, but I'm probably a little dumb. I'm stupid. This has been more of Professor Layton and the Miracle Mask. Thank you for watching, and hopefully I'll catch you next time. So until then, please take care.